All right, today is the beginning of the end for the Corvette. I've got a bunch of things to install, but I want to kind of crank through some of these little projects while I'm waiting for the big project, which is the headers and full billy boat exhaust that I'm going to be doing. So I want to do radar detector. That's this video here today. I'll explain in a second. I want to do DSC controller, which is another theoretically easy project. And then I also want to do the is it MGW? I don't know why I can never remember that name. The MGW short shifter, which I got. Also another big project. I was hoping to do it all at once, was to swap everything out. Was all the interior parts and pieces, and I think I've gotten about 80% of them. It says ready to ship from GM Parts online, so I'm hoping that, I know I got new door cards, new steering wheel. I'm hoping the new center console, so we might be able to get it 80% of the way there, and then maybe I can chase down through a junkyard or something, trying to find the rest of the parts. So here's the plan. I think that this car is a lot easier to do with a blend mount and mirror tap. The problem is, I told Sebastian, I don't need a mirror tap, so don't worry about it. Well, this is the only extra one that I have left. I don't know if these pins are going to fit, because I think, just look here. So here's what a normal mirror tap looks like, the full kit. This is for another type of radar detector. I think this was for a Valentine 1. But I don't think, so when you get these, they come with all these little guys. And so this is a pre-finished version. Yeah. So the mirror tap normally looks, I don't know if you can get that, but normally it looks like this. And then you choose your type of pin that you want to install. Well, this one is a pre-terminated. We'll find out if these can fit in the Corvette harness. Because I don't know where the fuse box is, but I don't think it's as conveniently located as some other cars. Like BMW is easier to just, trying to mirror tap, it's easier to just run down to the fuse box, or Porsche, which you'll see me do my GT3 RS here soon. But the GT3, you just run it down the side and go right in with the fuse tap. So we'll set that aside. We're going to be doing Uniden R7. I would highly suggest, if you're interested in radar detectors, go to vortexradar.com. On this, he's the 100% of the source of my information on radar detectors and which to buy. I don't even question it. I'm not a radar detector junkie. I just want to put something on a mount and have it not move around and not have to see a bunch of wires. And so I use his knowledge. I'm going to use his setup to tell me exactly how to configure this. But this is, right now, the sort of the best range, state-of-the-art radar detector. This is the Uniden R7. It's amazing. These things are so cheap. There's like a tiny little board in here, and that's about it, and a display. So Uniden R7, I believe Valentine has lost, or the patent has expired, and so now they have directional arrows, and so I'm in the process of replacing out all of my cars with Uniden R7s. Of course, I'm going to be selling this Corvette here soon, so I'll probably just leave this in the car for the next person. If you're smart and you want an OG spec Corvette, you might start working on me now, because that'll make me get rid of it even quicker. I do want experience. I want to drive it. Right now it's basically undrivable because the headers don't fit and the steering rack is contacting the header. So I'm waiting for the Billy Boats making a full system for me. The reason why I chose Billy Boat for this was because it has resonators and cats in the mid-pipe. I do want the aggressiveness of long tube headers, but it's a little bit too much. So I'm hoping that some of that resonant and rasp that I'm getting from the LG and Corsa, there are no resonators in the mid-pipe on this. I'm hoping that when I swap to the Billy Boat system, that it'll be a little bit more burly. I mean, if you have a 6.2 liter V8, I want it to sound tough, not like a, not like a raspy, Japanese car or something. So anyway, check out this. This looks so good. If you haven't watched this video, the carbon fiber, even though the weave is a little bit different, it kind of gives it a little bit of character. Matches the weave of the front lip. I think it looks pretty sweet. So anyway, let's start tearing this apart. We're going to try to get the gimbal try to get the gimbal in the car so we can get a good angle. We'll see if we need to get some lighting in there. I took the top off so we have light coming down. I'll go turn the other bank of lights on, and I'm gonna get you hopefully some decent angles to where we're putting the blend mount on the mirror, so the blend mount, and then tapping to grab power so that we can not have to have wires running down the dash. So this whole kit to me usually goes back in the box, and I hold on to it until I sell it and move to the next upgraded radar detector, or if I sell it with the car. All right, let's get in the car and figure it out. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let me go back to the project at hand. We'll deal with this other project secondly. So I might make this even easier on myself. If I take this whole top piece off, I need to get these off anyway. I'd like to try to steam this. It's just, it's so easily accessible here. I guess it doesn't make sense to take this all apart. The only issue is if I ruin this Alcantara, if it doesn't come out right, I'm gonna have to take it apart anyway. Just trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. Should I take all this trim off, and then I can see up here better? Just take this whole piece apart, because I'm guessing there's some sort of bolt right here. Aha, good thing I didn't do that. Just pop this little piece off right there. All right, we'll save that for another video. Focus, Matt, focus. Let's get something done on this car. All right, so I think I'll pull this down. I found a couple of videos online. I gotta buy these aircraft tools and put them in the darn store. They're so good. I use this for pretty much everything. See, with cars, you just have to kind of go for it at times, popping apart pieces and panels and things like that. So pull that off. These little clippy things. That'll give us access, I think, up under here. Now I need to pull the back of the mirror off, that's for sure. Let me pull this out. Bingo. So, yeah, we want this side, this back side here. I know you can't see squat, dang it. So it's purple and black. That's how I'm cheating. I've left my voltmeter at home. We could easily figure that out, but you're gonna have to come from the other side. See this piece here, it's just kind of clips into there, and that snaps onto the back of the mirror. I bet you I didn't even need to take that other piece off. And then, see, some cars don't have this really accessible area where we can tap. Some cars, they're up underneath, or they just aren't as simple to get to. And so a lot of times it's easier to run down the headliner and into the box and the kick. But I'm not sure, maybe the fuse box is underneath there, or it's in the back somewhere. I'm sure we could easily look that up, but there's no need to, because this one is really accessible. The GT350 was also really accessible. So now the question is, does my tap fit in there? Yeah. So here's our tap. And I'm gonna try to jam this in there. I'm probably gonna need to get some needle nose, actually, so I have a little bit more access. Pop this out. You see what I'm doing here? Get that out of the way. So I'm taking the back side here. And there's a guy online who already tested this, so I don't need to go get my voltmeter at home. But there's purple and black. So purple should be our 12 volt positive, and then black should be our 12 volt ground. That should be all we need to do. Now the question is, can we fit these spade connectors in here? breaking it. You want it to be tight, but it still has to fit in there. Let me get some pliers. Also might help, I might snip my mirror tap a little bit. Let's see. Trying to see in there and see where I might have a little bit of gap. So now I'm basically just trying to make a pin out of this.
Okay, well that's, you could it on 4, 6, 6.
There's a point in your life where it happens where you can't find anything. No.
It's called slowly setting in Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I guess. Like, then you know your phone like tells you exactly how to get everywhere you need to go.
Remember the time when you could remember everyone's phone number?
Yeah.
Can't remember crap.
Dang it, man. It's just so tight in there. Can't get this to go. See, these are like little circle butt connectors. There's just not a lot of room to guide it down the side. This is why you need a proper kit. Because they have one that's like a little tiny pin, and I might be able to go adapt it somehow here. It's close, but it hits the... See, what these have to do is they have to slide past the little butt. Oh, I think I got that one. Yeah, got it. Okay, there's one. Now, can I get the other one to fit? Don't break it.
Okay.
Nope. All right, let's think. Let's see. You know what we could probably do? I can just cut the end off of this. Cut the end off of this and cut the end off of that. Yeah, see that little guy sneaks right in there. So close to me breaking it too. See this little pin, this little thing. It goes right in there. What we could do is just solder this. Strip this back and solder it. Let me try, I'm gonna cut this a little bit more. I don't want to take the black one out.
Should we call this how not to install a radar detector?
No, I mean, this is pretty much how it goes. I mean,
Fumble around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, if this pin would slide in, yeah, see, there it goes.
It just broke off.
Yeah, so if this pin would slide in there, then this would be like a 2-second deal. So if you get the right mirror tap, now I better go get the proper strippers. So let's see, what's the best way to do this? Let me just snip this back here. And I'm gonna solder these. You know, I could probably just butt connect it.
Might be a little bulky.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see here. Now I can't get this one in. Come on. Come on, man. How the heck does this happen? Okay, so now all I need to do is just connect these two little guys. Like that. All right. Watch me mess this up now. Boom. I think a simple little butt connector. The only problem is I don't think I have the crimper for that. Probably be better to solder, but I ain't no soldering nerd, so. We're gonna try to just butt connect this on here. Might be too long. What I could cut down the butt connector. This is a Corvette though, we're used to jank. Everything's janked together. That's what we do.
Gonna get a little alternator whine from that butt connector now?
No, I think we'll be all right. Let's see. All right. Now, let's see if it works. Probably should plug it in. Let's try this. We can kind of tape that up and make it look pretty, or not. So a simple solution would be if we got the different mirror tap with all the connections. I could have also cut it and soldered it, but this will work, I think. So the first test is to make sure that when you plug it in, it shouldn't turn on if it's on the proper switched. Okay, so we're off to a good start. Now, when we do something with the car powers on. Watch, we'll go through all that work. Let's see. I gotta start this thing up. Works. Okay, we got the right wires. Now we're all gonna die of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Here. Kyle's like, what? What'd you say?
Hello?
Is someone talking to me? Can you come over here and tap me on the shoulder?
Okay, so let's figure out how this thing went. I think it went like that. Please don't break. Okay. Oh, God. Corvette, I hate you. God dang it.
Just come unplugged.
No, it broke. All right, we're gonna have to start over. We're gonna have to cut this. We're gonna snip this. I mean, all this is to a black wire. I think there's a fuse here, though. We don't need a fuse. So I'm gonna go on the bench and trim this stuff back. Actually, I can probably do it right here. You suck. I really need this type of end. Let's do it right instead of freaking doing it janky. Now, I gotta try to get this pin out. This is good, I'm making a better video for you because showing you what to do and mainly more what not to do. I think I'm gonna have to hardwire this. Because I'm pretty sure that's not coming out. We need to find out where the fuse box is. It's probably in the freaking trunk.
It's under the hood.
Because what you have to do, just so I can explain this. So this piece, this little tabby thing goes in, and we have to bend it in half. So we have to bend it in order to, because otherwise it sticks up too far and you can't get this Molex connection back up in place. So if I had the right stuff, this would have been a 4.5 minute install. But I didn't plan ahead properly.
No, Matt, this is how it usually goes.
This gives people an opportunity to think that, to feel good about themselves because I'm an idiot. See, the positive pin is now occupying the only space I have, as it broke off too deeply. It's to put a new pin back in there. Yeah, see, now that's not going to go in. Let me go look at where the fuse box is. I'm freaking hardwiring this thing. So that goes like that. We have that thing. I think we make it and we have it. So if you had the proper mirror tap, again, you weren't trying to modify like I am. Sebastian's gonna lose his crap. I've had all these proper parts. And I just used them all. And I told them, I'm just gonna hardwire. I don't need a mirror tap. So let's just make sure this goes up in here. It's funny how a couple of videos I saw, they skip all this part. The fumbling part. I'm telling you, bro, this is why hardwiring is so much better. Ah, I'm gonna start smashing stuff. This is supposed to be a 2-minute deal. So what we should do, let's just cut this with some extra slack. And trim this back. So I need to go get a razor blade and snip this back. And we're gonna solder these two and then we'll heat shrink it. Yippee. All right, so I had to call Bryce in because I was about to punch my fist through the wall. This is a good part about having a team. He's got little baby hands and he likes to tinker with crap, so it works out great for me and then I don't have to do that. I hate tinkering with stuff. So there's what it looks like. Sorry to my buddies at Mirror Tap Blend Mount. I should have just gotten the right one, but now we've got it set up. So luckily I was able to kind of pull together a couple of pieces. There's a little, I think a little resistor in here, like a little fused resistor. I guess that doesn't make sense. It's just a resistor to help with, that I guess would pop if there was an issue with a power surge. So we're gonna take and put our blend mount in, but first I need to clip these in very gently. Now because this is gonna be hidden underneath this plastic piece, should be okay. Should be. Yep, typical Corvette. Nothing goes back together the same way it came apart. So now that should be able to go right in the side there. So now the blend mount looks like this. $50 says this doesn't work when we go to plug it in. Just kind of want to get a, uh-oh. Bryce, you screwed it up. It goes on this side. Dang it.
What did I screw up?
You said it was too long. Uh-oh. Now what I always do on the blend mount, we need to make sure we push it. Push it towards the back so your mirror will still function and move. Bring our angle down here a little bit so people don't freak out that I'm losing 0.001% of...
Were you trying to catch the police helicopters, Matt?
Yep, that's what I do. I'm that fast. It's a Corvette, man. It's the fastest car in the world.
Not even the helicopters can keep up.
There's nothing in this world that's faster or better than this.
I need jets to catch you around those roundabouts.
I can't wait to actually clean this interior. I keep waiting. That looks pretty darn good. Now I found that I need, because of the length of the R7, I need to put another one of these pads so it stays tight. Sit in my spot here. actually see out. I like how this tucks all the way up in there on this car. Watch this, will scare everybody. Doesn't work. God dang it.
Might have gotten unplugged.
Yep. That's what you're always afraid of. I'm gonna freaking hardwire this thing. Well, buddy, it ain't working. Only I could make a 20-minute install take 2 hours.